Hey there, all my soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn back with another twin flame message. Shout out to all of my new and existing subscribers. You guys freaking rock, and I love each and every one of you guys. So excited that we are all here on this journey together. And yeah, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, I don't think I have any. Oh, I did add a new reading to the list of readings that I offer. And it is the Twinflame mini read. It's half of the full-on Twinflame spread that I do. It will be available for $25 for purchase through my PayPal. And you can simply just like send the money to my PayPal and then send me send me a copy of the receipt with the title of whatever reading it is that you want to order. If you are ordering personal readings, I mean, I can also send you this in an email, but I like to get your birthday just because I pick I pick what cards I'm going to use based on sun signs, because I have certain decks that I use for certain elements. So do send your birthday if you're ordering a private reading. If it's one of the twin flames, send me I need your name, birthday, your twin flame's name, and birthday. And that's really all I need. And if you want a specific question, also put that. So the title of what you sent the money for, whatever reading it is, and then, you know, just that little bit of information. So yeah. Alright, the top row is going to be the Divine Feminine. Then the second row will be the Divine Masculine. And the third row will be Potential Outcomes. And then I'm going to pull a couple of cards each for what does your Divine Counterpart want you to know. So, that's going to be today's Twin Flame reading. Alright. Divine Feminine. What is going on with the... Yep, okay. Divine Feminine. Seven of Pentacles. Putting in a lot of time and effort. The Empress in reverse. Yeah, I'm feeling like that is... The Divine Feminines have planted their seeds in regards to something. I feel like it's something in the 3D, something material, but planted their seeds, and I feel like they're, you know, they're not giving birth to them yet. They're watching them grow. They're watching the seeds grow. You know, so maybe you've got a sprout, but you don't see the full rose, you know, something to that effect. And then you've got the Two of Swords, and this could be not seeing anything grow with the Divine Masculines, because this is coming out of indecision, of not seeing something clearly and not making a decision. So that could be that as well. You know, maybe you've planted seeds with the Divine Masculine, and you don't see anything bearing fruit. So, yeah. You've got the Six of Cups. Also Divine Feminine. So that's something from the past. Or it could be past lives. Let's see what else we've got. Because I got two messages when I seen that card. And one was coming into your own power based on... like maybe past life recollection or something like that. or this also could be thinking about the past with the divine masculine. So just take that how it resonates. And then these come out. We've got the Tower in reverse. We've got the Lovers in the upright. And the Three of Pentacles in the upright. And the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. So, Divine Feminines, I feel like... Hold on, let me get all this straightened up. I'm going to have to move these up before I lay all the other cards. So I might as well just get this done. I appreciate you guys hanging out while I fulfill my OCD issues. So, I feel like... Hold on, let me look at this. My little dog. Okay, so let me shuffle cards while I look at this, because this is thinking about okay, I feel like this is needing to make a decision to let go of the past in order to build something new and stable in a relationship. And this could be with the Divine Masculine, or this could be with somebody entirely new. Actually, I think I'm going to do an extended for this, because that makes me curious, and I'm not going to have near enough room on here without doing a crap ton of cards to do any more investigation into that. Because I'm very curious to see where that leads, because I feel like the Divine Feminines, they're in a growth mode. They've planted seeds, and although they may not be seeing all of the fruit yet, you know, or all the flowers, they're not staying stuck. Whatever was in the past, I feel like is being blown up. That was a Tower moment, I feel like, for the Divine Feminines, you know, fairly recently, in the recent past. And again, like I said, too, this could also be the Divine Feminines realizing some past life things, and that kind of changed things in her perception of what this relationship should look like and what kind of work needs to be put in. But yeah, the Divine Feminine, they're letting go of the past. They're and definitely wanting to build something new. And I feel like the Hanged Man is but what way do I go? You know, is the Divine Masculine available to build with? You know, and if not, then obviously that choice is pretty easy, because I feel like this is a definitive moment for the Divine Feminines about how they're going to build, what is going to be the bricks of their foundation. You know, who is going to be involved in building this new foundation that the Divine Feminines have been putting together. And so, yeah, I feel like this realization is keeping the Divine Feminines from going through yet another Tower moment. Like, I think this was a willingness, possibly like meditation or prayer, or it could have come in dream state or something like that. Because I feel like it's kept the divine feminines not from a setback, but from having to have something really blown up, like something in your face, in order for them to realize. So they're kind of hanging out right now. I think they're in a period of suspension, of, you know, kind of watching the energies and seeing how things kind of play out for a minute before they move on. But they're at the Three of Pentacles here. They are ready to, you know, really start getting all their bricks together. So who will be among those bricks? Kind of like that Stevie Nicks song, Rhiannon, or Fleetwood Mac song, Stevie Nicks. Rhiannon, like, who will be her lover type thing. But yeah, that's the energy I'm getting from the Divine Feminines. I feel like there's a lot of inner stability, and there is, you know, things planted and coming up for fruition, even though, like, I'm hearing like it's in its infant stage. It's in its infant stage. So, just beginning. Something is very much like just beginning, just taking off. And, yeah, the Divine Feminines is, you know, just kind of chilling and seeing who's coming along with her on her further ascent, I feel like. So, okay, enough about that. Let's move on. Divine Masculines. Sometimes I can get so lost in the cards and just keep going, and it's so weird. It's almost like falling into a time warp for me, on my side. Okay, Divine Masculines. What's going on for the Divine Masculines? Well, they've got the Two of Wands, and that says courage. So, that's kind of, I mean, that's encouraging. Courage is encouraging. Okay, these are more this way than that. So we've got the Druid, which is the Hierophant in most other decks. The Lovers, they've got the Lovers also. The Four of Swords, the Nine of Wands in reverse, recovery. Oh, the Four of Swords was also in reverse. And it says rest. And the Nine of Swords, or the Nine of Wands, says recovery. And that's what, 5? Give me 2 more, please. So, I feel like they're coming to terms. Like, I feel like they did not want to see this connection. Like how deep and spiritual it is. And they were trying not to see all the signs and, you know, trying to rationalize and block it out. But I have a feeling that that's not really working for them. And I also feel like this relationship is all that's on their mind. like they can't seem to think of anything else. And I feel like with that Two of Wands, they're needing to stand up for what they want, stand up for themselves in some way. Also, make a firm decision, I feel like. And we've got the King of Water. So I feel like this is the Divine Masculine getting in touch with their emotions. They're realizing that they are more emotional than they want to give credit to. Like, they, you know, with these three, with the Druid and the Four of Swords and the Nine of Wands, they've really been fighting their emotions. Like, to the point I feel like delusional, like, just not paying attention to their own self. Oh, where did it go? Great, it's really dark over here, I can't see. Oh, there it is. Hold on, I can get the dust off of it. All right, the Six of Wands. Success. So, hold on. The Page of Discs is in the reverse, and it says health. Okay, so this could very much be weighing on the Divine Masculine's health. It could be like a mental health, where, excuse me, hold on, I gotta get a drink. Lots of throat things. Lots of throat things. Okay, so this could be, you know, emotional health, mental health, physical health. It could be all three. I feel like it has, I feel like it's a, emotional health is, you know, has been out of balance, and it's causing physical health issues. But I do feel like there will be success. Like, there is a lot of, you know, like I said, realization that this is divine. They've been fighting that fact. They didn't want to believe that, like, this was destiny, or that it was orchestrated in any way. And they've really been fighting themselves about it. And it may be not because they didn't want it to be true, but because they were afraid it was true. Like, almost like it's too good to be true type situation. And there also could be animosity and a sense of rivalry. I know there was a sense, has always been a sense of rivalry, at least for my Divine Masculine, on his part. I've mentioned that, like, we've been married now over 24 years, but we haven't been together for a while. But over the 19 years that we were together, I remember telling him that, like, when we would have big cycled arguments, because I remember seeing things in cycles with him, and telling him so, like, telling him that these were tests, but not knowing a damn thing about twin flames, or really even that deep in my spirituality at the time. I couldn't sit still to meditate back then, you know, so it was very much my higher self coming through, but not realizing what was going on. But yeah, I would tell him about the cycles, and that we were being tested and things like that. And because of my inner knowing and my strength, because I know that my divine masculine has always been kind of freaked out about my inner knowing, and very much almost like jealous or envious of my strength, to the point where throughout our relationship it was pretty much like, with the competition coming from him, it was always like he was trying to break me. And what he didn't realize was each time it just made me like a super beast to where now I have like immunity, and that's from everyone and everything. Like, I love everyone and everything, but I'm so strong in myself now that nobody bothers me. I don't care. Your opinion has nothing to do with me, but I love you and I send love to you like everybody. If that makes sense. It's just, I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm unshakable in that now. And he is the reason for that. Like, in the 3D world, people would be like, oh my God, he did all of that to you. But at the same time, I'm like, looking back, only he could have. I would have never allowed that from anyone else, because I've always been a strong person. But with him, I was, a lot of times, I would show that I was anything but, I felt like I did. But then he would create situations where I had to be nothing but strong for me, for him, for our kids. And so, I'm thankful for the lessons. And do I take any of that shit now? Like, do I crumble for him now? No. Like, I'm in this, I'm moving on energy. I'm doing what's best for me. And it's because of him. Not like in a negative way. Not because you did this. I mean, it kind of is because you did this. But in a positive way. I've turned it positive. Like, it's made me a stronger, more in tune with myself person. It really gave me a chance to get to know who I am and love who I am for it. And so yeah. Anyways, totally lost my train of thought on where I was going with that, according to the cards. But there is some more about my journey and my situation. I think that's in the reverse. I hate it when they come out just kind of, well, if they come out sideways, like parallel sideways, then I'm really just like, okay, I don't even know. It's like it could go either way. But if they're just a little cocked, I always take that direction. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but there you go. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, whoop. That's a lot. That's too many. And I also kind of feel like with this success card for the Divine Masculine here, I almost feel like this is a fear of failure. Like, he knows there's love. He's coming into contact with his feelings and, really kind of digging deep within himself. Or needs to, one or the other. I mean, that could be really needing to go within yourself and figure some stuff out. But ultimately, I do see success, at least in the getting in touch with their own feelings. Getting self-love. Because ultimately, we cannot love another truly and unconditionally until we love ourselves. And so, this very well could be where the Divine Masculine is going. And I get that in this situation, the Divine Masculine his energy has been more of the masculine energy. And I feel like, either he is getting into more of a feminine, watery energy or needs to. So get more in touch with their feminine side. Okay, how the situation, what is the, yeah, projected possibilities, possible outcomes. All right, we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we got money in reverse, or foundation in reverse. Happiness in reverse almost. Yeah, somebody's not standing their ground maybe in a love situation. The Hangman in reverse. Now this is some enlightenment, and that's coming underneath the Rest card for the Divine Masculine. And it's coming underneath this Six of Cups. So this is the Divine Feminine making the moves, you know, moving on. Basically, this is enlightenment for both of them. I feel like clarity. She's eliminating the past, and she's no longer that person that, you know, allowed a certain type of energy. And she's planted seeds to build something totally different. And that doesn't mean totally different without the Divine Masculine. That means it's up to the Divine Masculine to match that energy in order to continue forward with the Divine Feminines. Because ultimately, that's what's gonna be the end all, is matching energies. You know, if the Divine Masculine stays in lower level energy, he's gonna keep attracting lower level vibrational situations. And as long as the Divine Feminines are continuing to move into their selves, you know, into self-love and unconditional love, and planting their seeds in the 3D and ascending higher, they're going to attract higher vibrational situations and higher vibrational partners. So, and this, you know, it feels like with the Seven of Wands here, I feel like for the Divine Feminine, this is really starting to stand her ground. Whereas I feel like for the Divine Masculines, it's where they really need to start standing their ground. Or they need to, they're defensive, actually. This isn't about them needing to stand their ground. I feel like they kind of been standing their ground all along, and it was in a position of lower vibrational energies. So this is kind of a get out of being defensive situation. And that could be for both. That could be the Divine Feminines and the Divine Masculines needing to not be so defensive, responsive maybe, or reactive maybe, not being so reactive, and getting clarity. I feel like the Divine Masculines are getting clarity about the situation too. Yeah, no more fighting with the Five of Wands in reverse. Let's see. I like it better when they're lined up at top of each other. I can see better what goes with what. Okay. So yeah, I really yeah, again, the Divine Feminines, they're not fighting a tower moment. I feel like they're kind of just leaning into it. They're accepting of, like, the position. Like, I feel like the Divine Feminines in the past have been way more focused on the Divine Masculines than they needed to be. And the Divine Masculines were cool with that. Like, you know, I mean, kind of, sometimes our egos say, yeah, that there's nothing wrong with that, but that's an imbalance. And so I feel like the Divine Feminines have realized that, you know, they're not going to give any more than they receive, you know, except for unconditional love. Unconditional love, I feel like the Divine Feminines, they found that. And so they're going to love the Divine Masculines regardless of how the situation plays out, because now that's who they are as a person. But I also feel like they've found unconditional love for themselves, and that's created balance to where they're able to kind of lean into these tower moments, see them for what they are, and not let it be a setback or a limitation. in order for them to move forward. And again, that's with or without the divine masculine at this point, because they've done so much soul growth and internal healing. And not that I don't think that the masculines have done growth or healing, but I don't feel like they're at the energetic level of where the divine feminines are at. They're not vibrating at the same frequency at this time. And so I feel like it's up to the divine masculines at this point to raise their frequency or phase out. Oh, the Ace of Wands almost popped out. We'll see. Yeah, but I really feel like, you know, nobody wants to fight about it anymore. No more arguments, no more drama. Just done with that. And clarity on the situation. You know, again, both of them are getting clarity on no more fights. And those pentacles, I forgot to talk about those Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like, whoop. That's more than I want. I think I got them all. It's dark over there. Okay, we'll keep an eye out, but I'm not taking all those. But yeah, I feel like maybe both the divine masculine and feminine's financial situation or foundation may be, you know, a little out of balance. And that, again, like I said, that's where definitely the divine feminines is moving into that balance, I feel like. But I'm not too sure about the divine masculines. I don't get that from this situation, because besides the page here, which we've got the page twice, I just realized. I don't always see that sometimes because these cards have different names. This one says Page of Discs, this one says Page of Pentacles, and they're both in the reverse. So yeah, this is definitely the divine masculine here. Again, that could be poor health, or that could just be not knowing how to move forward. Could also be not knowing how to get out of a financial situation, a financial partnership, a financial contract, or like even like a lease on a house, or any type of financial arrangement, trying to get out of it. They don't know how to get out of it. Or they feel bound to it or stuck to it or something like that. And that, I feel like, is what's holding the divine masculines back from being on an energetic level with the divine feminines. But I very much feel like the divine masculines are choosing to, I mean, they're making that decision to stay on that lower energetic level. So, you know, I've actually said to my divine masculine in the past, you know, it's all about choices. And it really is. It all comes down to our choices of what we want to think, how we want to act, what we want to believe. And, you know, how does that make you feel inside? Because you can think nasty thoughts and mean thoughts and do mean things and, you know, whatever. But how do you feel on the inside after you do that? Does it make you feel better? You know, or when you do nice things, does it make you feel good? You know? All right, we've got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, again. But this could be, because this is the Twin Flame, this could be the divine masculine feeling like the divine masculine or the divine feminine won't hear him out. So they don't feel like they can move forward. Holy crap. We got the Lovers again, but this time it's in reverse. So I feel like in this situation, that's 3 times the Lovers come out. That's insane. I feel like this is the divine masculine basically here. Kind of scared to move forward. Kind of scared to manifest this new start. And I feel like it's because of past behaviors of just maybe pettiness and drama. Could be arguments. This could be arguments and why things aren't moving forward, or afraid of arguments. But right now, I don't feel like the divine masculines may end up being a brick in the divine feminine's foundation. And I feel like it's basically just mental. All right, well, let's get a couple of cards. I want 3 cards, universe, for what the divine feminine wants the divine masculine to know. Give me 3 cards for what the divine feminine wants the divine masculine to know. Actually, I think I want to use a different deck. Give me 3 cards, universe, for what the divine feminine in this situation want the divine masculine to know. And this also, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's not moving forward and working out, like, eventually. Because this also could just be the divine masculine. Actually, it could be both parties right now not seeing how this is actually going to come into fruition. Like, wanting it to come into fruition, but not knowing how to make that happen. So, take what resonates. But I really get from those divine feminine cards that she's in a place of, you know, higher ascension, changing timelines, basically. And I feel like right now the divine masculines are kind of stuck in their timeline. But at the same time, I feel like they've had tons of realizations and the universe has been knocking on their door left and right. And they know, but they're keeping themselves, you know, kind of mentally tied up about it. I feel like they just, even though they don't really, I mean, the only pentacles we have are here, but this is the overall energy. I feel like they just really don't want to lose. They don't want to lose, period. Okay? That goes back to the rivalry with the divine feminine. They don't want to lose. They don't want to feel like they're not the winner. This is a game to them in a lot of ways at the moment because they're still in some low vibrational energies. The 8 of Pentacles. So this is the divine feminine messages to the divine masculine. Oops. Okay, well, I asked for 3, but I've gotten 4, so we'll do that. Okay, so I feel like, and then we've got the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So I feel like the divine feminines are, you know, their message to the divine masculines is, do your work, do your internal healing work, have the strength to follow your intuition and to, you know, quit deceiving yourself. Get out of this blinders type energy and, you know, shit or get off the pot, you know, make a decision. And I just noticed that the moon in this card, to me, automatically made me think of the upcoming lunar eclipse on the 21st. So this, you know, I don't know, because this is a message to them. I don't know if that's saying pay attention to the energies or what. But, and then here with the King of Swords, and this message came through as soon as I seen this card a minute or so ago. King of Swords in reverse. She's trying to tell him, basically, quit being an asshole. You know, or quit being closed off. Quit being rigid in your thoughts and feelings. Go in, do your internal work. Have the strength to break out of any kind of any kind of change, mental, spiritual, you know, physical. Come out of that. Get in touch with your intuition. Get in touch with yourself. Have the strength to stand up for yourself, to be decisive, to cut out whatever doesn't work for you any longer. Yeah, that's what the divine feminines want the divine masculines to know. And that is like for themselves. Like they're saying, do this for yourself, not like so we can be together or whatever. Because if that is meant to be, it will be. Energetically, you won't be able to stop it. But for yourself, divine masculines, you know, pull yourself together. Get in touch with all of the aspects of you and fall in love with yourself. Quit doing things that you may feel are, you know, keeping you in control or hurting others to make you feel better, but you don't really feel better. You end up feeling worse. You end up with poor health and with, you know, situations being upside down. And so, you know, do the work. Heal your wounds. Learn the lessons. And, you know, do what's best for you, divine masculines. That is the message that the divine feminines, like this is higher self to higher self, I guess. So the divine feminine's higher self to the divine masculine's higher self. Do your work and, you know, do it for you. All right, now give me 3 cards for messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. One more. Yep, you're not gonna fall out, you're not gonna fall out. Messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. The 5 of Wands, no more fighting. How many do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we'll take them easy. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. So, they want this happy life, this, you know, wish fulfillment, emotional, spiritual connection, and security. They want to not worry anymore with the 9 of Swords in reverse. They don't want to be delusional anymore. They don't want to have secrets. The 7 of Pentacles. They want to build. They want to also, they want to be a part of your foundation. the Nine of Wands in reverse again. Don't we have that? We have that 3 times. Yeah, because we got it there and there. So here, I feel like this is surrender. You know, they're surrendering to divine will. We got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse again. And kind of in this way, I feel like this may be saying maybe no more slow movement. And it may not be, but everything else kind of points to the fact that I mean, we're not seeing any fast movement, but maybe this is kind of and this also could be healing. Damn, with 3 of these in reverse. And the 9 of Wands, 3 of them in reverse. That's just crazy. And the Lover's coming out 3 times. Okay, that's 3 sets of 3s. So 3, 3, 3. Master numbers is 3 or 33. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with all that, but just kind of all of that's hitting my brain. So, but we've got the 9 of Pentacles again in reverse. And so I feel like okay, if this Knight of Pentacles was in the upright, it would not be facing the 10 of Cups. But because it's in the reverse, it is facing the 10 of Cups. So I kind of feel like, even though the Divine Masculines may have kind of went about this ass backwards, they're still moving toward this 10 of Cups. So maybe it looks like this row underneath here, where the Lovers are in reverse, and where, I didn't see this before, but okay, this is kind of cool. They're not seeing what the universe is offering them in this situation, but they are getting out of deception and trying to get away with something. Those were cards underneath on the bottom of the deck. But this bottom row, you know, is kind of what we're seeing in the 3D of them not moving forward, but their higher self is actually saying, you know, this is what I'm moving towards. Yeah. And then we've got the Knight of Swords underneath that. So that's faster movement. It may not be lovey-dovey messages, but I feel like that's because of a communication barrier type situation. Like, they don't know exactly how to communicate their thoughts and feelings very well, so it may come out really raw and rough. But I do feel like they will be soon connecting more with their higher self, and they will soon be delivering messages, even if they don't come out all flowery. So, all right, that's what I've got for this. I was going to do an extended, but I think because this one was so long and I went deeper, I'm not going to do an extended. I may do a Divine Feminine spread that I just upload to the channel. We'll see, because I feel like this was more about the Divine Masculine for the most part. And I do kind of want to see what direction the Divine Feminine is moving into. Although I do feel at the time she's right now still kind of in suspension mode. But anyways, so if you guys like my videos, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps get my videos out to more people, and it helps get my channel circulated, and helps it grow. I'm still so new, and totally doing this all on my own. I haven't had anybody like, some people know other people, and so they're able to boost their channel by getting a name drop. I don't know anybody. So this is all done all on my own, and just because these videos pop up in front of people that they seem to resonate with. So thank you guys for that. I so much appreciate it. And if you guys are interested in a private reading, that information is in the description box below, as well as information on soul coaching sessions and remote space energy healing. Also, if these daily readings resonate and help you in some way and you would like to give a energy exchange donation, that information is in the description box below, and those are accepted and greatly appreciated always. And thank you guys for being on this journey with me. This is Angel of the Dawn, saying peace, love, and light out. Until next time.